During the hurricane, Commander Gale was one of those persons who never left the center, the Emergency Operations Center. So he knows what has happened. He has been there supporting. He was there when the calls were coming in while the hurricane was affecting communities really in a significant way. And he was assisting with taking those calls, assisting in getting persons out to help those who were seeing flooded situations and were fearing flooding. So he's not someone that is new to this. He has been a part of the process. I have been impressed with him every single conversation. I used to call him to get updates on the death toll, and he was always super professional, and I was always saying to him, I'm very glad that we had him as a part of our disaster risk framework. And so, Commander Gale, Jamaica is looking forward to you doing big things. I will soon stop talking so that you will take over all these press briefings eventually and report to Jamaica. And that's the plan, is that he will have command of everything. And so most of the updates will be coming from him as he takes up his role. Commander Gale? No pressure.
Ministers, permanent secretaries, agency representatives, members of the media, the people of Jamaica, both here and abroad, good morning. It is an honor this morning to address you in my new capacity as the Director General of the ODPEM. I am deeply aware of the trust that Jamaica has placed in my office to coordinate Jamaica's comprehensive disaster management response efforts and to ensure that the nation remains prepared, responsive, and resilient in this disaster and others to come. The passage of Hurricane Melissa has left significant damage across the parishes of Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. The ODPEM has been coordinating a multinational, multi-agency response to the National Emergency Operations Center, which remains fully activated in the offices of the ODPEM. Local agencies, local ministries, the Jamaica Defense Force, Jamaica Constabulary Force, Jamaica Fire Brigade, National Works Agency, Jamaica Public Service or telecoms providers, other NGOs have all been inside the NEOC working for Jamaicans. This collaborative effort under our framework brings together these agencies to provide a comprehensive and effective response to this disaster. It also emphasizes the matter of collaboration and asset sharing to maximize the effects. I know today Jamaica has many questions, so it is my intent to take them squarely on the head today and address the pressing ones now. First and most importantly, we mourn those we've lost. The official number of confirmed fatalities pertinent to Hurricane Melissa now stands at 32. Our hearts are with the families and communities grieving those lost, and we are providing necessary support to them during this difficult time. Our initial damage assessment indicates that over some 120,000 buildings in Western Jamaica have lost their roofs. This directly impacts some 90,000 families. We are acutely aware that many communities are still marooned, cut off by flooding and landslides. I can report that through the efforts of the Jamaica Defense Force, the National Works Agency, the Jamaica Fire Brigade, and others, we successfully re-established access to many of these communities. However, as of this morning, there is some indication that some 27 communities remain marooned, primarily in the difficult-to-reach areas of St. Elizabeth, St. James, and Trelawney. The ODPEM, alongside other local agencies, and with the assistance from our international partners, are making every effort to conclude on the initial damage assessment reports, the rapid needs assessment, to determine the full extent of the damage across Jamaica. This will help the government to understand the needs as we prepare to transition to a recovery phase. A number of shelters have been closed as persons are returning to their communities, whilst the data from some shelters is limited due to communication challenges. However, as of 10 p.m. last evening, a total of 184 shelters remain open. Some 2,487 persons have been displaced into these shelters, primarily from the St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and Hanover areas. It is our commitment that no one will be forgotten, as the ODPEM is coordinating through the JDF and our international partners airlift, as well as dedicated ground teams to deliver food, water, medical supplies to these locations. We will not stop until every single person who is affected is reached. A massive relief operation is in full swing. If the question on the minds is that, is help coming, the answer is yes. A unified team is carrying out this effort. Through the efforts of the ODPEM, the MLSS, the JDF, over some 36,000 food packages have been delivered. Thousands of hot meals, hygiene kits, tarpaulin, cases of water have been issued throughout the island. And more is coming. Through the JDF, with the support of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, the private sector, the ODPEM has established under the JDF a large reception, staging, onward movement and integration operation to transport supplies to the final destination to the people who need it. We continue to clear significant amounts of humanitarian aid supplies at our airports and seaports successfully. International partners are on the ground with our teams. This is also a global effort, and we are deeply grateful to our international partners for the support thus far. As I close, I will indicate that if there's anyone out there who requires assistance or has critical information to share, please contact the ODPEM. Our teams are standing by 24/7 to respond. The ODPEM's National Emergency Operations Center, contact number 876-906-7668, 876-967-1105. Also toll-free access, 888-225-5637. You can also email the ODPEM at neoc@odpem.org.jm. You can also follow us on all our social media pages. In closing, I want to reiterate that the ODPEM is running a 24-hour operation. Every agency of government is in lockstep. The private sector and our international partners are by our side. We are making progress every day in restoring power, telecommunications, water, clearing roads, and delivering aid. As the Director General, my message to you is this: we understand that these have been some challenging times, and we acknowledge the challenges faced. Please know that the ODPEM's response is one that is committed, coordinated, and determined. We are fully engaged in a comprehensive multi-agency effort across the island to provide effective relief and restore services whilst prioritizing the country's needs. We will persist until every Jamaican is met. Thank you, and may God bless Jamaica.
And as I said, you're going to be seeing a lot more of Commander Gale as he takes over a lot of the coordination efforts. So thank you, Commander. Up next, we're going to have, and as I said, I know the